built a sales team and we are now making $60,000 a month, which is absolutely insane. I cannot believe we've grown so quickly in the past year and a half. I want to share with you the exact strategies and systems and things that I've put in place to be able to build that sales team and make $60,000 a month. So if that interests you, then make sure to stay tuned to the very end of this video. And just quickly before we dive in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell if you are finding value from all the videos that we're sharing and you want to stay tuned for more. So if you want to create your own sales team to be able to hit $60,000 a month like we have, then the first step that you need to do is create all of the systems and get the processes and everything in place to be able to make it a really seamless transition for you to go from just making sales yourself to having a sales team. So I actually hired a sales coach to help me get prepared for building out a sales team and get everything in place to be able to build out a sales team. One of the best things that he taught me to do was actually to build cheat sheets. So this is one of the systems that we have in place. Now, the cheat sheets essentially help me get all of my knowledge out of my head and onto paper. So what I want you to do is think about, okay, what knowledge do I have in my head as the business owner that I know about the business, about our industry, or whatever it is that you need to teach somebody else? Generally, it'll be about sort of 5 to 6 common topics and common things that you need to teach somebody else about. And then I want you to start making cheat sheets for those particular topics. So for example, some of the cheat sheets that I made were about social media and content creation, digital marketing, organic lead generation, video editing, graphic design and copywriting. So my area of expertise is digital marketing. It makes it really easy for me to help our potential clients to give them ideas of different strategies they should implement. And so I needed my salespeople to be able to give them that same knowledge and that same expertise. So that is the first system that you need to be able to create, is cheat sheets. The second system, you obviously need to make sure that you have a CRM in place and a software for your sales team to be able to call people, because I imagine there will be some salespeople that will be closing and they might be on Zoom calls, but you might also have appointment setters, which I'll talk about in a second, and they will be calling people on the phone, people that have inquired through your Facebook ads or Instagram ads. And so we need to have a CRM system in place for you to track all of the activity that the sales team are doing, and you need to have a calling software in place. We've just got set up with Just Call. We swapped from a different one. It's been a bit of a rocky start, so I'm not sure if I would recommend them, but we're trying to troubleshoot and get everything sorted. The next system that you need to have in place is your scripts. So important. So I would recommend creating 2 scripts. Your appointment setting script. So this is when you're calling people to set the Zoom appointments or to set up having a discovery call, whatever longer form Zoom appointment you have with someone. You need somebody to call and set those appointments when you have leads coming into your business. They can also help with a lot of the follow-up as well to try and lock in the clients. So we need an appointment setting script, and then we also need a closing script. So that's obviously a different script, completely different, and that is the step-by-step process or the way that you close people on the calls. And you'll obviously have an idea based on your experience as the business owner, what sort of questions you ask, what sort of process you take them through, and how you close people on the call. We essentially just need all of that documented and outlined in a Google Doc or somewhere on your online drive so that your salespeople can read and learn your scripts as well. And the last system that you need are trackers and setting KPIs as well. So when you hire your salespeople, you need to make sure that you have really strong KPIs set in place. So we need to know how many lead contacts you want per day. So like how many people are answering the phone or calling, how many calls per day, how many text messages, how many emails, how many appointments to be set, then how many appointments have been had, like how many people showed up. We want to make sure that we have goals and KPIs for every aspect of the sales process, all the way through to price presentation being done and then closed. So have KPIs that are set for all of your team members or your future team members for all the different sales activities that they're going to be doing. And then we want to have a tracker that tracks all of those different KPIs. So I literally have one document that has all the KPIs in it. So it's lead contacts per day, the number of appointments booked, number of appointments presented. So that's when people show up for the call. We also track the no-shows, and then we track the number of calls that have closed, the number of people that want to be followed up later, whole bunch of different stuff. So that's all outlined in one document. And then I also translated that data into a spreadsheet for my team to be able to input their data every single day. And then it automatically will calculate their close rate, the show up rate of the clients, all of that good stuff. So I would definitely suggest having two different documents, one that outlines the KPIs and then one that has the sales tracking and automatically calculates all of your percentages for everything. Now, step number 2, when you are building a sales team to be able to make $60,000 a month like we have, I would definitely recommend to hire your appointment setter first. So obviously, as a business owner, a lot of the time it can be a little bit scary to give away your whole sales process to somebody else and they're fully in charge of that. So I definitely recommend outsourcing the appointment setting first. So when I say appointment setting, I mean somebody calling the leads, all of the people that are inquiring about your services and trying to get them onto a Zoom call with you. So I hired a part-time appointment setter, and every single Facebook and Instagram lead that came into the business, every single new lead that came in through referrals or any organic lead generation strategies that we're doing, he is calling them and saying, hey, it's David from Outsource Monkey, just giving you a call. We saw that you inquired about the services. What piqued your interest about the services? And then goes into a whole script asking them some questions, gives them some information. So his role is now to book appointments into my sales reps calendar. So he's calling people flat stick. We need to make sure that he has been trained on the script and also has the cheat sheets handy. I would definitely recommend printing out the cheat sheets that you created. Anytime someone has a question that he isn't quite sure how to answer, essentially he can just pick it up and be like, oh, by the way, I'm not 100% sure, but I actually have this really cool cheat sheet that Taylor's done up for me, and that has the answer to your question, or that has a really epic strategy that I definitely think you should implement. Something along those lines, just so it helps the clients to get the information they need without him having to have the experience that I have had, essentially. So lots of practice, lots of reading the cheat sheets, going through all of the information and just making sure that he has everything that he needs to be able to answer the questions of the clients when he is setting the appointments into our calendar. Now, the third step, if you want to build a sales team to be able to make $60,000 a month like we have, is to hire a closer. So that is going to be somebody that is taking the Zoom calls for you or taking the final appointments for you to try and close people on the calls. So obviously, again, the closer needs to be trained very well. They need to be trained in the cheat sheets. They need to be trained in the script. I would definitely recommend as well, if you are training a closer and they don't have as much experience as you in your particular industry, get them to spend a week or two sitting in and listening to your Zoom calls that you're doing with people, or they could literally sit across from you. They could tune in through Zoom if they're not in the same city as you, but they need some time to listen and learn the way that you do it as the business owner, and they can reflect, they can write down notes and observations, and then you can ask them questions and say, what were your main takeaways? What did you learn? And then we can eventually get them doing some practice runs themselves. So when I hired a salesperson, I actually hired a sales intern, so I had to do a lot of extra training with him. We did like a month of training. He actually did practice sales calls with other business owners that are my friends, my family members. He did a whole bunch of practice calls with some of his family as well. So we did a lot of practice and a lot of listening and learning before he actually got into sales calls himself. That is the third step if you want to start to build out a sales team. I would just note that obviously you can't expect the salesperson straight away to be hitting the same KPIs that you're hitting and closing the same amount of deals that you would close. They don't know the business as well as you. They don't have the same authority that you do on the call because they're not the business owner. They're just a sales rep. So we just need to be mindful that in the first month or two, you still want to be taking some sales calls yourself just to make sure that you are hitting your numbers every month of the amount of closed deals that you want. But definitely once they start to do it themselves, they'll get more familiar with the process. They'll start to build up their knowledge and build up their confidence, and then eventually it will all be amazing, and you'll basically get to the point where I am at now, where I'm thinking about, okay, how can I just rinse and repeat this process? And that's actually step number 4, is literally rinse and repeat the same process. Hire another appointment setter to book more appointments into another closer's calendar. So literally, I have David that's paired with Archie, and then I'm going to hire another appointment setter, and he's going to be, or she's going to be paired with another closer. So you just pair them together, and then they can literally just set appointments and close deals, set appointments and close deals. And because I created all the SOP documents and put them through a training program and have the cheat sheets and all of that sort of stuff, it makes it so easy to rinse and repeat. And we actually have a step-by-step process to follow instead of just being all crazy and you have no plan and no strategy and no way to approach it. So if you have any questions about this whole process, about any of the steps that I've outlined on how you can build a sales team and start to make $60,000 a month, please pop them in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to help out. If you need support hiring an appointment setter or hiring a closer, we can actually help with that at Outsource Monkey. So we have highly skilled salespeople that all live and work in the Philippines. They have a lot of experience, and we can pair them with you for a very affordable rate. Please feel free to reach out to us, hello@outsourcemonkey.com.au. We will take care of the whole recruitment process for you. We'll help you get all of your systems and your processes set up, and then you will be on your way to making 60K months like we are. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell if you enjoy this video, and until the next one, I'll see you later. Bye.